Well, good afternoon. I'm student meteorologist Tucker Antico with a quick update on Hurricane Florence. And you can see right now the storm's really making its way towards land, and these outer bands are actually affecting the coastline already in North Carolina and parts of South Carolina as well. So if you're out there, you're going to start feeling the wind and rain very soon if you aren't already. There are hurricane warnings up for the coastline out here, and they extend pretty far inland. This just goes to show you how far the wind field extends out of the center of the storm. In fact, tropical storm warnings almost make it out to Raleigh, North Carolina. And we do have a hurricane watch still for Charleston, South Carolina, just in case this thing continues to make a turn southwards, which it has been on the past couple of model runs we've seen. Here's our projected path, and you can see this Category 2 storm making landfall somewhere Friday afternoon in the North Carolina coastline, and then moving further south and west after that. Currently, the wind speeds are 105 miles per hour on the storm, and it is moving 10 miles per hour to the northwest. So, making its way to land fairly quickly and still a strong Category 2 storm. Andrew Markowitz is going to have the latest on the wind speeds and the flooding threat in just a moment. Andrew?
Thank you, Tucker. So we're going to take a look at the wind speeds from Florence. And you see as this system comes ashore on Friday afternoon, somewhere in southern North Carolina, you can see these pink bands right here, which indicate very strong winds of hurricane force. And one thing to note is how far they extend from the center. This is such a large system that the wind impacts will be felt even far beyond where the storm makes landfall. And the other major threat that we have to deal with is the rain. And you can see this wide area of yellow shading, which indicates potential for heavy rain, and especially areas farther west in North Carolina where there are higher elevations. We could be seeing a major flooding threat. So don't be deceived by the fact that this storm is going to be making landfall along the coast. The impacts will be felt well inland and also far north into Virginia. So just to sum up, the main impacts from Florence, we have hurricane-force winds expected across the Carolinas with tropical storm-force winds extending as far north as Virginia and as far south as Georgia. And we have life-threatening storm surge along the coastline, specifically from the corridor from Wilmington, North Carolina, extending northward into the Outer Banks. And then lastly, the heavy rain threat is extending well inland across North Carolina and Virginia in the mountains. And then we could see that heavy rain threat move northward as it weakens into a depression, perhaps reaching locally into the early part of next week.